Oh, hey, welcome to another episode of The Dumbest Thing I've Ever Done. I'm Nicole Foti. You're watching Soundly Awake. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been here, thanks for coming back. So we're on a roll, you know, just like Ashley O. Is that her name? Ashley O? Ashley O's on a roll, right? It's the second week in a row, okay, of The Dumbest Thing I've Ever Done after being absent for like 3 months. So we're here. We're back. Let's just get into it. A friend of mine invited me to a gala at her very fancy Ivy League school, and there was an open bar, so I chugged several glasses of wine within an hour. Obviously, I only know one speed. And before I blacked out, I remember sitting on the toilet giggling to myself when I realized my underwear no longer brought me joy. So I attempted to flush it down the toilet. It didn't work, and ended up just leaving it there and went about my night. Later, according to my friend, while we waited in line for the bathroom, I was completely gone at this point, a girl leaving exclaimed, "Ew, someone left their underwear here," to which I replied, "Ugh, people are disgusting." Fully knowing it was my underwear that I tried to Marie Kondo. I woke up the next morning and decided maybe I shouldn't drink red wine anymore and haven't since. Listen, you had a Sisterhood of the Traveling Panties moment, and I love it. You know, you were the first to wear it. The toilet was the second. Who knows, when it's flushed, will someone retrieve it from the other side of the sewer? Stay tuned. This isn't the dumbest thing I've ever done, but I was just making oatmeal while watching this and absent-mindedly dumped cumin into it, intending to put in cinnamon. So this is my life. Listen, you are more than welcome to submit any dumb moment that you have had. Doesn't necessarily have to be the dumbest, even though that's the title of the show, but you know, we're accepting here. Also, that just made me think of, oh, this is such a loose connection. You'll see when we get there, but I really shouldn't even continue telling this. So there used to be a peanut butter store, okay? It was like a peanut butter restaurant in South Jersey. I think it was in Cherry Hill, when I used to live in Mount Laurel, New Jersey for a year. And one of my favorite places to go was this peanut butter place. It was just like they specialized in different kinds of peanut butter. They made peanut butter sandwiches and peanut butter smoothies. It was very just... I can see why it failed. Okay, it eventually closed. But they had like a gazillion types of peanut butter. And one of the types of peanut butter that they had was curry peanut butter. And that sounds questionable, right? It was good, okay? It was like the flavor was good. And I'm sure it would have been great in like peanut butter based sauces, like a sauce for like chicken satay, okay? Like that, chef's kiss. But like on a sandwich, I kind of want my peanut butter sandwiches to be either just neutral peanut butter or a little more on the sweet side, like strawberry jam or something like that, banana. But this was fully curry peanut butter, and I thought of it immediately because I'm thinking, okay, oatmeal with cumin, it's probably not awful, you know, like it probably tastes like taco porridge, but I mean, like I'm not going to opt to have this, but I'm also not going to vomit. So I want to say congratulations on that, and it's time to move on. I was outside playing one day and decided I wanted to ride my brother's bike. Granted, I didn't know how to ride them, but I wanted to, and it was a bigger bike that I shouldn't have been on in the first place. I got on and hobbled my way to the edge of a somewhat steep hill, but tried to change my mind before going down. Gravity had another plan and pulled the bike down the hill anyway. I immediately pulled the brakes, and being around 90 to 95 pounds at the most, I was flung forward off the bike. If it wasn't for the bush I flew in, I would have definitely broken several bones. Can we just have just a moment of gratitude for bushes? Thank you. What are some good things about bushes? Let's brainstorm. Saved Jabari's life. And the intactment of his skeletal structure. They make yards look real nice. And 2 birds in one is worth 1 in the hand. I think I did that wrong. My senior year of high school, I decided to switch from doing the musical pit What is the musical pit, first of all? To being on stage because we were doing Cats and the dancing looked fun. On the day we opened, me and some friends decided we would go to one girl's house and do our cat makeup for the school day to promote the show. On the way home, my nose itches so bad. Oh my gosh, are my cat whiskers erupting from my skin? No, they would be here. I'm dumb. Don't pay attention to me. Well, keep watching the video. On the way out of my house, I fell down my front steps for the first and only time and immediately thought, this isn't good. My right foot hurt a lot, but I decided to power through it and ignore the pain. Put on cat face makeup and went to school. By third period, the pain was so much that I could barely walk. My friends had to walk me down the hallway crying in pain in cat makeup. Then my mom picked me up and we went to urgent care. Turns out I sprained my foot. I missed 3 of the 5 shows after 4 months of rehearsal. This is what I get for choosing dancing over my oboe. And all I have to say to that is, listen, if you're moving your body, dangerous. If you're sitting down, twiddling your fingers, less dangerous. So I think you're right. The best thing for us all, I think, is just to never move. It's just not safe, and there are dangers. And then we can avoid most of them unless the danger is brought to you while you are sitting stationary, like an earthquake. I live in California. We need to change the subject. When I was a kid, I spilled oil from greasy food onto my shirt, and my dad told me to put salt on it so it would absorb the oil, and then I could wash it off easily. A few weeks later, I was making something for art class and accidentally cut my hand so deeply that it wouldn't stop bleeding, and I didn't want to scare my mom, so I remembered the absorbing qualities of salt, went to the kitchen and poured half salt shaker in my open wound. It was a learning experience for all of us. My sweet baby, salty baby. Oh. I just looked over and there's a sign that I just hung. It says fresh cut Christmas trees, because Christmas, but the bottom part is blocked. So I just look over as I'm thinking of salt in your wound and I just see fresh cut. First of all, this is my setup. Okay. New microphone. This is what it's on. Gingerbread house. People, and a box with stuff in it on its side that could very easily just, spill all of the contents on listen, I'm not smart. But this is what I look over and see. Okay? My hole. I always go back to my hole. It always comes back to my hole, no matter what. But half the shaker? You didn't just want to tap it out with a few granules at a time? Dumbest thing I've ever done. That's how I read these letters. Fall in love with a straight man. It's a long story. Really bad. Bad choice. No, for seriously though, I guess it was when my hand automatically dove to save the salt shaker. This is the second salt shaker story in a row. Sodium, where was I? To save the salt shaker I had knocked over when I was working the fries at McDonald's as a teen. Got it, but the thing was precisely where the salt shaker fell. It fell into the gigantic vat of molten hot, greasy Canadian shortening. I swooped my hand right in, oh my god. I thought the rubbing the salt in the wound was the worst salt story we were going to get today. I really just should stop thinking like something is not to be outdone. There's just, it's Murphy's Law. Whatever should happen, whatever is possible, just Google it. I swooped my hand right in the grease. Everyone who was nearby ran over to check if I was fine. It was strangely only slightly uncomfortable after, even though some fries had just finished cooking inside it. I want to reiterate, if I've never disclosed this about myself, my brain likes to throw intrusive thoughts at me, okay? And it likes to keep them there. So this is why I can't watch horror movies, specifically gore, because I will not be able to think of or see anything else, and I get like a full body like reaction, and then here we are, like this is the show that I decided to start. It's fine. Listen, I'm a survivor, as the young philosopher's Destiny's Child once said. But I'm just imagining like the hand. You said it was fine. Like, I don't even know, maybe you didn't even touch the grease itself. I don't know, because all I'm thinking of is just bubbling flesh, and I don't want to think about that. Let's all just agree to try just a little bit harder. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me again. Thank you to all of my current patrons. If you would like to join them, please consider visiting patreon.com/soundlyawake. There will be outtakes from this video and others. We also have secret vlogs. Occasionally I'll upload a video a little early. You probably saw this one a little early if you're a patron in that tier. Speaking of tiers, I'm gonna go cry about the images that you just made me conjure during this episode. So I'm Nicole Fody, you're watching Soundly Awake, and I will see you all very soon with a new video. Bye.